Okay, hello and welcome to a new video. Today I just wanted to kind of touch up on AMD Vega, AMD Threadripper, and my personal investment in AMD. So, last couple weeks have been very interesting with Vega and everything going on with both the different release dates, where normally, Vega 56, or highly anticipated card, well, was highly anticipated, is coming out the 28th of August, while AMD's Vega 64 is already out, I believe. Well, pricing has also been all whacked up on both of those, so yeah, Vega right now is a very tough choice for gamers. Not really a tough choice for miners, I believe, and I'll get to that in a minute. AMD Threadripper has overall been a pretty smooth, pretty nice release, competitive release, and of course, I do have stock in the company, and I'm going to talk about a little bit of what my plans are for that as of now. Okay, so starting out with Threadripper. Yes, Threadripper's pretty awesome. It's basically just a beefed up Ryzen and you can overclock them pretty well. It's top of the top tier silicon chosen for Ryzen. And, obviously we're seeing 16 cores, 32 threads on some of these top end chips, which are just insane numbers. Like, really, really, that's a lot of threads. And Intel has responded with similar types of chips, and pricing's really going to be the big difference there. Sure, the Intels are going to be faster, but how much more are you going to pay for that price premium? That's one reason why I think the Threadripper is going to remain a competitive option for servers throughout 2017 and 2018. So Threadripper is good, and that does not worry me. In fact, I'm happy about that in terms of my stock. However, with Vega, I think it leaves a lot to be desired. Yes, looking at the technology, the rapid packed math, the future headroom that game developers can kind of give themselves, and once these drivers kind of mature, Vega is a good card. It really is some cool technology, and AMD always seems to do that. They always seem to come out with good technology, good ideas, but when it comes to pure gaming performance, I still think they kind of lag behind. They're just now meeting the GTX 1080 and the 1070 with the 64 and the Vega 56 respectively, and that's good. They're competitive now, whereas before the Fury X was like the best card you could get, and that wasn't that great. Used a lot of power. Vega 64 will use a lot of power, but it kind of justifies itself by competing with the 1080. So if you find yourself doing a lot of video rendering and you need that pure, half floating point precision, I think that's right. If you need that, then yeah, Vega's the choice because you're getting so much power out of the Vega cards compared to a GTX 1070 or 1080. However, if you're just a gamer and you maybe make YouTube videos on the side, nothing serious, like you're not working with some high bitrate 4K files, just gameplay recordings and stuff, kind of like what I'm doing right now, except this is 4K 100 megabits per second. But even that would probably be fine with GTX 1070 or 1080. So you really got to think about your use case. If you're a serious professional, but you don't want to pay like for a Quadro, then yeah, Vega's pretty cool. That's a pretty good option for you. Granted, if you can actually find just the card itself without having to buy this bullcrap bundle deal. There's nothing against the bundle. It's just the fact that all these single cards by themselves are just going to be sold out, and miners are probably going to snatch those up pretty quickly. Overall, what did I expect out of Vega? Well, if you remember the video a while back that AMD released kind of foreshadowing Vega and kind of dumping all over Volta with poor Volta, the kid was on his old drum, playing the drum in like the post-apocalyptic scenario. It's like, oh, Vega's coming to save us all. Well, Volta's not even out. Vega just matched NVIDIA's architecture from a year ago in gaming. I'm just going to wait for Volta. Let's be honest with myself. I'm not going to buy a Vega. I wanted the 56. If I can get a 56 for $399, then I'll do it. But with these recent price, AMD coming out or people rumoring that that's just the first day release, they'll be $399 and $499 for the air-cooled 64 on day one, and after that they go up like $100 or whatever. I mean, we have no control over that. It's really up to the retailers to decide what they want to sell it for because of mining. Yeah, it doesn't really make the 56 a viable option for me. I would rather actually just get a used GTX 1080 or save up a little longer and maybe come Christmas time get a GTX 1080 Ti. This is a LG FreeSync 4K monitor, 60 hertz. So I have FreeSync on here, and I really kind of wanted to use that with Vega. That was my kind of the whole idea. Okay, another sound test. That was bad. Okay. So when it comes down to it, I may just go with the NVIDIA route for gaming, and since I don't do any crazy video editing and I'm not making money off of it, I would be able to deal with any differences there. I don't know that they'd be different, because honestly a GTX 1080 Ti is a really powerful card. Even the 1080 is a great card, and both of them would do fantastic, I think, with video editing. I don't do mining, which brings us to the mining. Miners will pay for the Vega even if it's $100, $150 more from the release price, because these miners are making money off of it. We're not talking about, bedroom miners. Like a while back I had 3 290Xs going, made like $20, and I decided it was too much effort. I just dismantled that and sold the 2 cards. But anyway, yeah, we're talking about miners who buy hundreds, if not thousands, of cards. I mean, these are businesses. A while back, there was like a news story I saw online about these people renting a Boeing 747 to ship AMD graphics cards as soon as possible. Like, those kind of people are the ones who are buying these cards, and who can honestly pay twice as much for these graphics cards. So the people who get stomped all over and left behind are gamers or just YouTubers who want a powerful card. So mining is definitely going to be a huge role in this price, and I think the prices will rise, and I don't think Vega will be a price conscious, or it won't make sense for gamers to go with a Vega. That's just my opinion. Unless as a result of this VNAND or NAND flash sort of 30% price increase for this memory. It's a whole nother story, but that will obviously bring up the price of all GPUs everywhere. So in terms of the high performance GPU market, I don't think Vega will stand up very well for gaming. I don't really blame AMD, because right now they need to make money. Lisa Su has said that one of the biggest changes is having AMD, and now she works for the CPU side, and Radeon Technology Groups is a completely different thing, but I'm sure they're going about Raja Gaduri is probably going about the same, similar way. You target the markets that you think you can tackle. So they're going for high compute power markets like mining, or just server-side stuff, artificial intelligence. I mean, I guess that's what the Frontier Edition card's for, technically, but I digress. They're targeting markets they think they can have. NVIDIA, by far, right now, dominates the gaming market. Their mind share is just insane, because you find people all the time who buy these laptops and desktops, and when they think of PC gaming, they think, oh, NVIDIA. And rightly so. They make good gaming cards, with the exception of the RX 480 from AMD, which is a fantastic budget option. 580 was okay, but the 480 was really, really a big card for AMD. But yeah, most people think of NVIDIA. I mean, they have a huge amount of market share in gaming, so I don't think AMD wanted to tackle them just yet. They're trying to target these markets early on that they think they can get, and you know what? It's all business, and they need to make money. And technically, I have stock with them, so I am okay with them trying to make money. However, I think this Vega thing is probably going to hurt them. I'm going to hold out a little bit longer, because I think Threadripper was so good. Threadripper's great, but and so is Epic for servers. I may have said Threadripper is for servers, but no, Epic is the server chip. Either one of those chips are actually really great for what you get for the money. They're really hard to beat, and that helps AMD stock, but Vega, I don't really see it. I don't really see it helping. Before it kind of tanked a couple weeks ago, I did sell 40-some shares, enough to cover my initial investment, which was like $535. So I've made a profit of $30, even if I lose the rest of the stock. But right now I have 2,400 still in the pool, in the market, just kind of sitting there. Stock's at 12.40 after hours right now. I sold the initial investment to cover the initial investment at around 13.10. So that was probably a pretty good choice right there. Yeah, I kind of want to get rid of it, but we'll just see how things play out. Chances that I get rid of it in the next week are probably around 30% chance. That's just me off of a whim coming up with a number. But it really just, this Vega's not looking that great. Really, only benchmarks will tell, only reviews will tell. So if you're thinking about buying a Vega card right now, sure, if you have like a 750 Ti, go ahead. But if you are looking at the high-end GPU market, like a 1080, or even, well, I don't want to say 1080 Ti, that's like its own market right now. Like, nothing's competing with that. If you're looking at 1070, Vega 56 is a great card. I think it would win, but it all comes down to what those post-first day launch prices are going to be and what miners really do for the card. They're probably going to destroy it utterly. PC gaming will probably kind of die out for the next few years. Now, when I say die out, I mean the argument of you can build a PC just as cheap as a console and it will beat it. That's going to be history because of this mining. I don't doubt that at all. CPU side, things have gotten so much better with Ryzen. You can get like a $200 processor with like 8 threads, or you can get like what I have, a 1600X or a 1600, and you've got 12 threads to work with for under $300. So with the CPU side of things, oh, it's great, wonderful. But with this recent memory price increase and miners destroying GPU prices, I really don't think that. I think consoles will probably do a little better against the PCs. This is a PS4, you can't see it, but yeah, that's currently where I sit. I am contemplating selling my stock. Let me know what you think. But at any rate, thank you for watching the video. If you're wondering what kind of system this is back here, I already kind of mentioned a little bit. It has a AMD Ryzen 1600X at 3.8 gigahertz, 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance LPX DDR4 RAM. I have that overclocked at 2666. I think that's the number megahertz. I have a couple SSDs running off of M.2 960 Evo is my boot drive, 256 gig, 3 terabytes of spinning drive storage for videos like this and games. And I have it water cooled, if you're wondering, H105 Corsair liquid cooler, kind of an old one, but it's a nice, decent cooler. And for the video card, we are got a kind of an oldie in there as well. It's a MSI 290X Lightning, and it was one of the best 290Xs, but it's 2017, and a 290X is kind of like a 1060 now. So great for 1080p gaming, and as you can see, I have the 4K monitor. I wanted to upgrade to a 4K FreeSync GPU. Does not look like that's going to happen this year or within the next year. So I'm probably just going to get 1080 Ti or something else. But at any rate, thank you for watching the video. Feel free to subscribe or utterly destroy that like button. And until next time, peace.